try to get me. Tell me now, I want you to be clear, yeah. Tell me now, I need you to be clear, yeah. I will wait for you, for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. Kirby, can you put the time on a rewind, yeah? Help me understand, can you tell me now why you made a war that we're fighting now? And you fall and you run when you see my big guns. Run around, run away as the rebel comes out. Then you call on me. When you call me, I come. But then you go again with your deaf ears. Open your mind to the sound of the trumpet. What do you want from a life of the hopeless? Now yeah, you want, you're begging and crying. I want to fly, yeah, I'm flying to move.
Hey truthers, welcome to the Naked Truth. Okay, do you guys swear to tell the truth and nothing but the naked truth?
So help my soul. Yes, I do.
Okay, so today we're going to do something different. We're going to talk about what it feels like to lose a sibling. So I brought along some people that were very close to me that went through the same thing that I went through. So let's get it started. I think we should start off with introductions, and then you guys can introduce yourselves and say your loved one's name and how they passed away. If you're comfortable with that. If not, then you don't have to do that. So we'll start with you, Mom.
My brother's name is Sean Steve. He passed away March 2nd, 1999. It was traumatizing to me. I'm still not over it. He OD'd. It's been 22 years. I miss him. And it's a wound. You only could heal. You don't even heal. You just try to just do better with it. And it still hurts no matter when I talk about it. It's been 22 years. And it still hurts. So we're all dealing with it.
Yeah, it's sad to say because I mean it's been 22 years later, and that hurt you still feel every day.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all have a long way to go.
He got kids, he got grandkids that he's never met. He's never met none of my grandkids. It's been hard. Okay. That's one person I wish was still here.
Thanks for that. So we're going to go to the next person, then we'll get into questions and we'll talk about that. Nage, say your name.
Okay, I'm Denasia, and I lost my brother, Deedle, as the world would know him, but Darren Dolby Jr., he was killed 20 years ago up Chauncey in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Still, it's like a cold case because there's been no charges or anything after 20 years. And like you said, you don't get over it. You literally try to live through it, but it's a wound that's always open, and everything triggers it. Mm-hmm. Everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, with everyday life, with the kids and everything.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get in a little bit about how we deal with that in a moment. So next person, Jayla, do you want to talk about your loved one?
Hi, my name's Jayla, and my brother was murdered up Chauncey as well in 2019 in the same court as Deedle.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he was trying to break up a fight, and it escalated. But his case is closed. The person has been convicted, life without the possibility of parole. Amen. Thank God for that.
Amen.
But definitely miss him dearly, daily. I talk to him all the time.
Wow. So Jayla, with them finding your brother's, murder, does that make it any easier for your family?
It gives us closure, but it still don't get easier with us missing him,
Right.
And, me moving down here when it happened, that was traumatizing because he was supposed to come with me. Wow. He wanted to come with me. Wow. And I got my house, I believe, a week after he was murdered. Yep.
It's just
He was
sad.
so excited. Like, he was like, I can't wait. Just let me know when you get the crib, sis. I'm coming. Talked to him the same exact day and got the call later on that day.
Wow. And then Deedle and Tally are both my cousins as well. So to have your cousins go through the same thing that you go through, it's traumatizing, you know. So we're gonna have Harvey speak as well. Go ahead, Harv.
Uh, my name Harvey. I lost my brother, both my brothers. I lost my one of my brothers in 1998. He got shot in his head. My brother Darnell Crew on Wamble and Broad. And then I lost my brother 2 years ago. Y'all probably know him, Big Tab Stacks. He was in a car accident. He hit a pole, drunk driving. And also, I'm paralyzed from a car accident, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm dealing with a lot. I lost my dad, too. I had to pull the plug on my dad. So I'm dealing with a whole lot these last 5 years. I don't even know how I've been still been able to, you know what I'm saying, cope with that, a lot of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving up to y'all ladies, though. Y'all holding it hard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all holding it real hard. You know what I'm saying?
We
But,
love you, Harvey.
you know, we got every day, I ain't no doubt, Rose. Every day is a hassle, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't, you know what I'm saying? They going to want the best for us. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
So, at the end of the day, man, we just got to stay positive and stay humble, man.
That's
Everything.
true. That's true.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll go with you
No
first.
doubt.
We're going with you, Courtney.
Oh yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about myself. So you guys know me, of course. Courtney, I'm the host. I lost my brother, Taru Johnson. He was murdered executional style. I want that to be known. 2018, me and my sister Brittany were in Miami. We got the call, and they're like, "Your brother was murdered." And at that point, I'm in shock. I'm in denial. Getting a call, and I'm like, "That's not true." I'm like, "Whatever. Stop playing with me. My brother's not dead." So just getting that phone call where you're celebrating your birthday. So that means my brother died 2 days after my birthday. So birthdays are very emotional for me and my sister.
Coming right up.
So we try to celebrate, but then we get sad. So this year we decided to stay home and be with our family this year. So and then I also want to cover Mashery Millender. Her brother Sharon wasn't able to be here. He's out for his birthday and things like that. So I wanted to talk about her as well. She died in a car accident about a few years ago. About what year was that?
2012.
2012.
2013.
2012, 2013.
October 27, 2013. Her and her best friend Khadijah died in a car accident on 51. And everybody knows Mashery. Everybody know Riri. Everybody know Khadijah. It's sad all the way around what we're going through as a family. Like, we're all family. Everybody who's on this panel, who's on this Zoom, is family.
Right.
It's family, and it's affecting every last one of us, down to the grandkids. Right. And you can't even. You try to say, okay, well, as a mom, you say, okay, you fell. I could put a Band-Aid on that. I can fix that.
Right.
I can't fix this. I can't fix it, and I wish I could. I wish I could bring Taru back. I wish I could bring Stacks, Deedle, Tally. I do, because it hurts so bad. As a parent, nobody wants to be in this club. We were forced in this club.
Right. And then also Trevor as well. We lost him as well. So we'll get into the questions. Everybody feel free to take a break if you need it. Cry, let it out, whatever you need to do, okay? So the first question is, how do you cope with the death of your loved one? Nays, you want to go first, please?
Yes. So being so young when I lost my brother, I didn't know where to turn. They offered me therapy in school and everything, so I took that. But I kind of was lost as a youngster. I had my mom, I had my dad, they would talk to me and help me through certain moments. But as a kid, it was really rough. I couldn't understand. I actually didn't see Deedle. I went to the wake, but my mom Didn't let me see him.
How old were you?
I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you
I
talk
was
about how
eight.
that felt at that time? Did you understand what was going on?
Yeah. So I seen him the night before, and he was going out. He was going to go get me a Snickers, and he was supposed to come back. So in the morning when I woke up, I'm like looking for my Snickers, looking for my big brother, like where he at? And then there was family downstairs. Why is there family here? Like, this is a school day. Why am I sleeping in? What's going on? So my initial thought was like, okay, maybe something bad happened. Nothing like this, but something bad
You
happened.
feel it.
So I go downstairs, and everybody's like kind of quiet at first. And my mom takes me over, and she's like, we have something to tell you. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, Deedle went to heaven last night. And I just kind of blacked out. Like I couldn't, like I understood because a few months earlier we lost little Jay, and he was like also a brother because growing up in Sugar Top, everybody was
Family.
so family. And we lost him in May, so it was like, all right, I just felt pain before, but this is crazy. Like, what do you mean? Like I'm never going to see him again. Like he's really gone, like permanent. So, yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like, how do you cope with that?
Taking it day by day. Like, honestly, taking your moments. You have to take your moments. When you need to cry, cry. Yeah. Do not stay strong for anybody. It is okay to not be okay. Like,
and I tell everybody, it's okay to cry. Jesus wept.
Yes.
You know, it's okay to cry. That's a part of healing.
Mm-hmm.
You cry. Courtney don't cry. She don't cry. My brother, he don't cry, and that bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
It bothers me because who are you going to put this anger towards?
Right.
It's going to go to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Got to let it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's the worst part is the anger phase,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So we'll go to Harv. How do you cope with the death of your brothers?
Man, I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. Like, I look at my mom because, like, I'm the black sheep of the family. Everybody know, y'all all know. I'm the black sheep of the family. So I just look at my mom and I see the pain on her because I lived and my brother didn't. And we both was in the same situation. And we both just came home from doing time. And it was like she was going to either lose one of her sons. Either way, God had it already planned out. So by coping with it day by day, and then living the way I gotta live, being paralyzed from the neck down, I just like try to keep going, like keep myself doing some type of hobby or something. Or, you know what I'm saying? Making sure the kid is straight and making sure my mom is all right. And I live on my own too, y'all. So like I'm definitely independent. I don't let this shit get to me at all. Like I got a good outlook on this shit. Like I don't let it get to me. Like my brother, I go to the graveyard, you know, talk to him. I can get in my wheelchair, go in there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's real hard, though. I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. It's real hard. I break down. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm a man, too. I break down. I got real anger. Like, I lost my dad, granddad. I got paralyzed and lost my brother all in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So these last 5 years, I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. I don't know. I ain't been having no real support for real. Because I've been, like, real distant from everybody. Like, keeping myself distance. But, like, just my immediate family, I've been trying to take care of them because now it's just me holding the weight. And y'all all know, like, Rosie, you know, like, I was a baby and I always got. Yeah. You know, Pop always looked out for me. I always got, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like family to y'all.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like losing them pieces, man, to a puzzle. That's rough, yo. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Right.
Like my words is mixed up because the pain I got is like, I don't even know. Some
You get
days
the
I be ready
message?
to give up.
You can't give up.
Fuck this shit.
You can't give up. You can open that Bible and go from there. You can't give up.
Right. So
Definitely.
That's the
I
weak way. That's
definitely,
the coward way out giving that.
it
Here,
is.
you got a
It
purpose.
definitely is.
You're here.
Ain't no
You're in
doubt.
your situation, but you have a purpose. You just got to find it.
right. And I hear from what you're saying, I hear two different things. I hear like survivor's remorse. I'm hearing survivor's remorse, and I'm hearing what you're doing for everybody else, but I'm not hearing what you do to cope with things. So what does Harvey do for himself when he's coping with those things? And we'll get back to the survivor's remorse situation.
I like I said, I be trying like to keep my man off it. I be just trying like to stay in tune with a lot of stuff. Like I got a couple of niggas in a wheelchair. They'll come grab me. You know what I'm saying, take me out. Just on the third. You know what I'm saying, but I don't really have no coping mechanism, Court. Like I just go back. I just go off the day. Like whatever my body feel, I just go off the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't be really like letting it get to me. For real.
Right. And we all want to let you know, this is not your fault. It's said that you lost your brother, but like my mom said, God has a plan for you. You're still here. You might be paralyzed, but you're still here. So you just find your purpose in life and whatever it is, and do whatever you can. And I'm always here if you need to talk or whatever. So,
No doubt.
yeah.
So dealing with these doctors and stuff, I got a lot of dealing with medical stuff. You know what I'm saying? Getting surgeries and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I can really like take care of my body the right way.
Right. So get
It's
yourself
all new to me. Everything's just new. So I really don't have no real live coping mechanism with it. I just go with the day, Court. Like whatever the day roll, I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with the punches day by day. That's why I be trying to stay in tune.
Okay, I respect it. We're going to go to Jayla next.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with it, Jay?
Well, at first I turned to drinking more. But that actually makes it worse because you just start thinking about all the times and you just be crying and crying and crying. Every time I was drinking, I was crying. So, that wasn't really working. But talking to him like he's still here. Like I talk to his picture's right there on my mantle. I talk to him all the time. Or he had came to us and told us like to stop crying. Like God's a jealous God and he don't like that y'all are, basically worshiping him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm okay, I'm cool. Like you mommy should tell like y'all gotta stop. Like y'all crying too much. That's not letting me rest because I'm worried about y'all. Stop worrying about me. I'm good. I'm up here with the big guy. Like and that gave us a lot of closure also.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it was basically like me really drinking. Like that was how I was dealing with it in the beginning. But as of today, 5 weeks clean of drinking. I haven't had a drink since last month on the 15th.
Good.
So I've been feeling good, body feeling good, taking vitamins. I feel great. Good. But I think that helped me stop drinking. That helped a lot too.
Right.
Because definitely drinking brings out a lot of emotions.
It does. And then it doesn't help, really, does it? It might help for a second.
No, it helps for the moment because you're numb. But it's not, that didn't help.
Then you're picking up an addiction now because now you're chasing that numbness, that feeling of not feeling anything. Then I also hear you saying how you're, looking out for other people and things like that. And I heard somebody say one day, when you get on the airplane, they always tell you to put your life jacket on before you put somebody else's on. So I think about that in today's life because I'm such a selfless person. I'm always worried about other people. So when someone said that, I had to realize, how can I help somebody else when I'm not helping myself? So I got to put my life jacket on before I can put somebody else's on. So don't forget that, Jayla.
Yes, because I'm definitely that type of person.
Yeah, so
And
don't
then
forget that.
I'll be the one left without the lifeboat or the life jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Drowning.
Help everybody else.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And some people, they deal with death by drowning in the sorrow. You know, I talked to my mom about that. You know, she watches the ID channel. I said, Mom, you can't watch that. This is a murder channel. Like, you're watching killings all the time. You're drowning in
Yes,
your
'cause I like
sorrow. That's not
First
helping.
48.
Yes.
I'm like that with First 48. I always watch that.
That you
And
can't
I
drown
don't
in
know
your
why.
sorrow. It's okay to live your life. You're going to feel that hurt every day, but you gotta figure out some way to move on for the people that love you.
Right. And that's another way I cope a little bit too, was I have children. I can't sit here and be down in the dumps and they are in here raising themselves because I'm sitting here drunk sleep or
Right.
too tired to get up to make sure they getting up to school and all that. So my kids actually help me also.
Exactly. That's true. They motivate you to be a better person.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know. And for me, my coping mechanism is music. I love music. Music gets me
Yeah,
through
music is great.
everything.
Therapeutic.
And I'm that type of person where I deal with my stuff internally. And that's probably a good or a bad thing, but I don't like to put my problems on other people. So I just, listen to my music and I drown it out and just thug it out, And then when I really need to talk, I talk to a few people who will understand or, or I just need to get it out or write it down. If you feel like you're not comfortable with talking to somebody, write it down. So we'll go to the next question. So we talked about the coping mechanism, but what is the feeling, the physical feeling, like losing that loved one? Mom?
It's the numb feeling. Like there's really no feeling. It's like life isn't real. Like that's how I felt when I got the call. Like when I got the call, it felt like this ain't real. This ain't life. You gotta be shitting me. Like, it's like, are you for real? Like at first I didn't even cry. I just stood there, like in shock. Yeah. And I called back, like, wait a minute, what did you just say to me?
Same. Yep.
Right.
Like, yeah. Like I don't know. That it's an unexplainable feeling. Like because I've never felt it before. Like that was the very first time to be feeling. Like it's unexplainable.
For me, I don't know what an anxiety attack feels like, but I feel like this is what it feels like. But it never stops. I'd imagine an anxiety attack lasts a few minutes, but the feeling I feel, the anxiety attack that I feel for my brother never goes away. When I see his picture, I hear his name, I feel that feeling like I can't breathe. I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know to sit down. You don't know what to do. It's like an anxiety attack that never goes away.
Do you think that's because you don't cry or you don't let out, really let out your feelings as much that you feel like that?
I don't know. I think I'm so used to helping other people. I think that's my coping mechanism as well, is helping other people, But that's what it feels like you can't breathe.
But you have to.
And that's so crazy you said that,
you gotta, deal with yourself like you said before.
Right.
Like,
I know, Jay. You're right.
Gotta,
like make sure you straight. You can't make sure if you ain't straight, how they straight.
Right. For you, Mom?
When you said it's like you couldn't breathe, that's how I felt. It was like, you ever try to breathe with no air?
Yes.
Right. It's
and nobody knows that you are going
and you're like
that.
on this limb by yourself. You know what I mean? You got all these people around you and everybody's there for you, but what? Like, my friends were going through it, and mind you, I only could imagine, but when it happened to me,
it was different.
It was
unexplainable.
It was
you
unexplainable.
Can't explain it.
You can't. My brother was everything to me. He taught me how to ride my bike. He did everything for me. He would be here right now to protect. He was my protector. That's where I felt safe with Sean, Steve. To take that. Then you want to ask why, but you're not supposed to question, well, why take him?
Right.
Like, all these people out here grinding, whatever he did, why him? And I understand sometimes a person be tired, and the Lord see that.
Exactly, I believe that.
He's tired or whatever, but shit. Whew.
Yeah, it's a tough feeling.
And it just felt like from Sean, it didn't stop. It was like dominoes. Sean, grandma, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews.
Right.
It just didn't.
Because
Stop.
they always say death comes in threes. So you
Just-
once one person dies, you be like, oh shit, who's
Who's
dying
next?
next?
Right.
And then you,
Right.
you know, you're dealing with that, and then you say, "Oh shit, who got killed? Ty Lee. What happened to
So you get that
Lil
feeling.
Harvey?
So you
what
get that
happened to
feeling
Stat? So
again.
here we go
Right.
again.
Right.
The same feeling.
So is it fair to Ty Lee that I'm feeling like this because I'm opening my own wounds now?
Right.
So is it fair to that person? Is what I'm trying to say because
Right.
I'm still not healed from 22 years ago.
Right.
So when I
Right.
cry, am I crying for Sean? Am I crying for Taru? Am I crying for Master? What am I crying for?
Everybody.
Right. It's all getting
Everybody.
added onto it.
And then you're carrying the
Everything.
pain of your grandkids also. Like, they don't
Yeah.
have a father. That's a hurt piece.
Mhm.
So
The grandkids don't understand that. They don't.
No, but you hurt for them.
You hurt
Even
for
though
them.
they don't really understand because
Yeah.
they were so young. But
Yeah.
they know their dad's not here. But the pain
Mhm.
that you're feeling, it's like you're trying to take on their pain. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I
Like,
say, why you take my grandkids' father?
Right.
They need him when they go to the prom and get married. They need Ty Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah,
him
Mm-hmm.
I miss them
for
so
them?
much.
Like,
So much.
good thing we all have each other, you know. So Denasia, how does it feel like for you? Like, what does it feel like?
It's unexplainable. Like, I want to say it was about 2 years ago when I couldn't hear his voice no more. So like I went into like a depression because it felt like now I'm losing you altogether. Like I could still see his smile. I can kind of get a scent of his, smell, but like not being able to hear his voice. And back then it wasn't videos and or phones
Social
and we
media.
can catch everything. Like I would have to get a cassette or a VCR to, see it, but it hurts. It still hurts. Like it still
there's
hurts.
no way to explain it.
No.
Let's talk a little bit more about you saying you don't hear his voice anymore. Let's talk about a little bit about that. So you're saying over time you just can't remember
Like you
the sound
can't
of it.
remember. Yeah. Like
That's
I was sleeping and he would come to me in different dreams and stuff, and I get his signs all the time, but like I woke up and I was just crying, and my boyfriend woke up. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I can't hear my brother's voice no more. Like I cannot hear his voice no more." Like, and yeah, it just that hurt.
I remember his laugh. He had that simple laugh.
So do you substitute
And calling Rhonda. Oh, Rhonda.
that loss of that hearing with something else, of another memory?
Yeah, well, I still got like a few of his things around. So like
So
I
that helped.
actually brought his pick.
Come on.
Because Deedle always wore like an afro or his braids. So like I have his pick with me. And I keep
so
a
keep
few
that with you.
things like around that just helped me to remember the memories of him being goofy and stuff. Yeah. So you like the pictures and
Oh, that's
Yeah.
special. So you have some things to keep with you physically.
yes.
I like that. I like
Yes.
that. Harv, what are you saying?
Oh man, y'all ladies is deep, man. Y'all helping me out right now. I feel Denasia, that's deep. You gotta stick around. I gotta see these big shoes every time I book up or something. My brother's shoes are around hats, and my brother loved hats, and he was a big dresser. He got 3 boys. I'm just looking at them boys looking just like him, man. Like it's a wild feeling, man. I don't even know how to explain it, man.
So it's unexplainable
time
for
I-
you.
It's unexplainable. Like every time I look at his boys, man, like I don't understand me, man. My brother got a unique look, and then when I look at them 3 boys, man, I break down. Like I be needing help sometimes, and everything like from the hug they give me, I be like, damn, man, I miss my brother. Like, what the man? Y'all understand, man? It's really unexplainable. But at the end of the day, I learn to cope with it though. Just like I said, trying to get over the stuff I'm going through is a process. I'm going through a lot. Like it's a lot, man. I can't even tell y'all. Like just listening to y'all is really humbling me down and giving me some light. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
Like
I was hoping.
he ain't gone. Like he's still here. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying, he's still with me.
I
I'm
agree.
saying I lost both my brothers. I lost both my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have nobody. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? So learn how to like the feeling of that, man. It's like gonna lose my dad on top of that. Like man, life isn't man. It throw you curveballs, but he gives the toughest battle to his strongest soldier. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I believe that. I really believe that. Like, damn, why me though? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I don't be on some giving up shit, no, man. We ain't doing that at all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why I appreciate even Courtney even letting me come on here and speak, like, for real, because I need to get this off my chest.
And
Even hear some stuff.
and that
You know
was
what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
point of this episode. I was hoping and praying that this would be therapeutic for not just me, but for you guys too. And when I mentioned
Good God.
this to one of my friends who is a psychiatrist, she said the fact that you have that many people close to you that's going through the same thing is crazy. And I said, I couldn't even fit everybody on here. So shout out to the people that I love, people that I don't know that lost a sibling as well. I'm sorry I couldn't get you guys on here, but this episode is for you guys too. So we're going to go to the next question. Has anyone tried therapy, and why do we think in the Black community therapy is like a negative thing?
I tried therapy. I tried to talk to a psychologist like twice. And my thing with talking to her, it was good, but it was bad. It was bad because she can't relate to what I'm dealing with. So I need to talk to somebody who can relate to that. If you can't relate to what I'm dealing with, people getting killed, and this and this and that, I'm wasting my time. I don't want to talk to you. And so what I did was went to the Bible. That's the only thing I could do that helps me, and I get on my knees and I pray and I give it to God, and then I say, okay, well, I do feel better. I can't talk to them therapists because they want to give you pills. They want to do this. I'm not into all that. So no, I can't talk to them.
Yeah,
I tried.
I think it's all about the right therapist.
That too.
Because I don't
But
personally,
my God is my therapist.
and that's fine
And
too.
that's it.
But I don't want the Black community to just throw out the fact of therapy.
Because they think that something's wrong with it, and white people use therapy every day. Black people think that there's something wrong with going to therapy as a family. It's
Like a
just
sign of a weakness.
it-
That's right.
Just like men don't cry. My grandma raised the guys not to cry. And again, Jesus wept. You are to cry. You're born to cry. You're allowed to cry. You know. And
Got you.
Yeah.
Got
and my
you.
grandma raised my
And I'm a
brothers
man.
not to cry. And I
But
promise
that's how she
y'all,
was raised.
my brother Papa doesn't cry, and it bothers me.
But you know what? I think that he probably does, but not in front of you. Because on the last episode, if you remember him saying, every time the sound if you hear of masturbating,
"I gotta go lay
I gotta
down."
go lay down. So I think a lot of people do. They just know who to do it in front of. Because when you're that strong person to everyone, they don't want you to see that vulnerability because you look up to them. So they go on and deal with it by themselves
And that's
internally.
me with y'all, even up to with grandma all the way down. Everybody thinks I'm the strong one. I'm strong. So when I cry, they all cry. So I gotta cry in the shower. I gotta cry in the bed. I gotta cry when I'm praying, when ain't nobody home, looking at Chief crying, praying. Because if I cry, this guy's gonna cry. Everybody's gonna cry. Well, not Courtney. I don't understand why she don't
And that's
cry.
why you should come to me.
No, I need somebody who's gonna feel this.
I do feel I just don't show it.
You should. That's bad.
That's probably why I need therapy. So what are you saying, Nage? Have you tried it?
Recently, I haven't tried it. Have I thought about? I didn't
Hold
know.
on 1 second. Somebody's phone is echoing. If you could just please put your mic on mute, please, until it's your turn. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know where to go as an adult now, like after losing my dad, and then Ty, and all that. I didn't know where to go. I don't think it's available to us like it is in the white community.
Okay.
Like in the white community, it's there. It's right there in your face. I mean, you walk into offices, it comes with the jobs and everything. Like even my new job, it comes with it. Oh, it comes with all of that. Right. But yeah, there wasn't nowhere to turn at that time. But my school helped me. Like the teachers helped me. But did I need it? I probably did. Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. But it's frowned upon.
It is in the black
It is.
community. So I hear you saying that the resources weren't available to us in the black community. I don't know if I really. I think I agree with you on some standpoints of that, but I feel like some of our people don't go looking for that. And I
Right.
agree, it's not available to everybody like it should be. But if you guys are willing to get therapy, let me know, and I can hook you up with some people that I know.
Right. I think it's more common now because right now we're living in a mental health thing, like protect your mental health. So
With
right now
COVID.
you can walk around and somebody will offer to you, but like I'm saying, you could walk down the street and they'll tell you how to get some food stamps or to get this or how to do this in the system. But it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't yeah.
I see what you mean.
You should
by
see a
that.
therapist, you know what I mean? So
I see where you're saying. I definitely get where you're coming from. Jayla?
Yeah. I didn't do therapy. I thought about it, but I don't think I kind of lost it that much. Because sorry, 1 second. I was cutting up strawberries for my son. Fun's out. But yeah, I didn't do therapy, but if y'all didn't know, like my brother had a cross tattooed on his forehead. And that cross it symbolized he prayed to God that if something was to ever happen to him, we wouldn't suffer. That was the whole reason of the cross in the middle of his forehead, in between his eyes, right there.
Wow.
Yes, he said he had a feeling something was going to happen to him. Like he felt like he wasn't going to live. You know, I mean, I don't think he thought it was going to be that soon, but I don't know. But I know that was the whole reason why he had got the cross, and I think that helped.
Wow. 'Cause you knowing that he didn't want you guys to go through that, so you're like, I got to get it together. So that's what you're saying. I get
Yes,
it.
and I think like God just like was with us and like helped us through it. Like we prayed and we still cried and mourned and everything, but I think it didn't. I think it may have been worse because some people don't know how to handle death and deal with death. Like, and everybody deal with it different.
That's so true,
There's
Jayla.
really no one way to deal with it.
It's not. Listen to our conversation. We're all dealing with it in different
Still
ways.
don't have a solution.
And I'm
of
sure
how to deal with
the
it.
audience
and
out
you
there-
talking 22, 22, 20, 22. We still don't have a solution on how to deal with losing a loved one.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like y'all said, we go day by day, and we still got to be out here living life, and we just don't forget them. We let them live through us. We always speak upon them, and I know y'all probably still talk to him, because I still talk to my brother like what's up, nigga? I miss you.
Right.
Like, yeah, this, that, and the third happened. Blah blah blah.
Right. We're going to get into that next. Harvey, have you tried therapy?
I got a therapist right now. Like,
That's good.
all because of my situation. I'm saying, so I gotta deal with that on a daily basis. I gotta talk to my therapist. They forced me to get a therapist. Like my doctor forced me to get one because of my situation alone, and then dealing with, losing my brothers on top of that. And only been a couple of years, so it's still fresh, like an open wound. You know what I'm saying? So therapy helped me. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
That's
Like your
good.
mom said, you gotta find somebody that's like that knows what you went through. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to go through that. It took me 3 years to find a therapist that actually knows what I'm going through. I got this black guy, his name's Jack. He's real cool. He'll call me every day, make sure I'm cool, text me like at least 3 to 4 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Dude even smoke weed, so he know what's up. Like,
Andy, cut that out.
he'll come over. Yeah, real shit. He'll come over, blow.
You want to share your
and chill.
therapist's number?
Man, real shit. Real shit. Man, my therapist be blowing it down.
So let me
He
ask you
still
this.
talking.
So let me ask you this, Harvey. Since you're a man on our
Uh-huh.
panel,
Uh-huh.
since you're the only man on our panel, why do you think it's so hard for black men to get therapy? Because you're saying it's helping you. Why do you think that that's a negative thing in our community?
Your mom said it the best because we don't like if you're not like on the same playing field and you don't know what I'm going through, then I'm not gonna be talking to you because at the end of the day, I'm not saddening you. I don't know who you is, and then these you know the Caucasian people, they try to hit us with these pills. Like they try to hit me with all types of pills. Man, I'm not taking no pills. I'm not no junkie. I don't even take no oxys. I don't take nothing. I broke my neck, y'all. I got titanium in my neck. I broke my neck. I had a tracheostomy and everything. I don't take no pain pills. None at all. You're not going to have me on that. I ain't going to have me on drugs up and stuff. Give me some weed and I'm cool. But the therapist is great. Like, I don't know what other guys, you know what I'm saying, what their coping mechanism is, but I know after it took me 3 years to find a therapist, and a therapist is great. I ain't going to hold you. Like, real shit. I even advise my other guys in the wheelchair. They be like, no, I'm cool. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be telling my problems to nobody. It ain't about telling your problems to nobody. It's about just getting stuff off your chest at that moment. And saying, because you don't know when you might explode on somebody. Right. And it be all, you know what I'm saying? Now they want to be like, oh, he's combative. Oh, he's miserable because he's in the wheelchair and all this. Negative. Like, I just got to get something off my chest. But that's why I confided in I told my doctor, like, look, I got to find me somebody that's compatible to my lifestyle, to what I've been through, to what I was going through. Like, I was really a street dude. So they can't just play me off as, oh, I'm just in this chair now. So after the years of searching, I finally found them. Jack, cool as shit. But I be asking a lot of guys in the hood, like, man, y'all guys, I'm saying, get stuff off your chest. But a lot of people don't like therapy, man. We shy away from it from our neighborhood or from our surroundings, our upbringing. We really don't. We trying to let people in. Right. Like, we shut it off. Like, we'll shut it down, or we'll turn to violence. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then violence leads to, conversations like this. Families missing people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a I ain't a saint. So I can't sit here and be like, I'm this and the third. No, I've never been able to speak for real. So I slowed my ass down.
Right.
Real.
So I'm glad you're getting therapy. That's good, Harvey. I'm glad.
Ain't no doubt.
So all the black men out there, please get therapy. Please. Okay. All right, next question, because we got a little bit of time, but there's this one question I want to ask. Has anyone experienced an out-of-body or paranormal experience after their loss of their loved one?
I go first.
Go ahead. Now, man. Harvey, be considerate of the time, okay?
Out-of-body experience every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, sometimes, because, we both was in a car accident. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I be like, sometimes I be like, damn, I know how that feeling feels. I know when they said the steering wheel was in his chest, I know that feeling. Mm. I was the same way.
Wow.
But I was found under by the pedals. I broke my neck on an emergency brake and my legs was across the console. I was conscious for 2 minutes, and I remember hearing this lady's voice. I'll never forget it. She said, "Hold on, baby. Ambulance is right up the street." I was down the street from West Mifflin paramedics and the police department. My brother ain't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I know the feeling he went through. just sitting in there waiting on somebody to come, and nobody came
Wow.
to the rescue.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So God really did something to me, man.
Wow. So
He
you're
turned my
saying
life around.
you feel like you felt that same experience your brother felt.
Man, what?
Wow.
I know.
That's
I know
powerful.
what he was going through in that car with with that steering wheel on his chest. You know my brother's a big dude.
Mhm. Right.
And and he had sleep problems. So it was like we already had breathing problems. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Harvey. That's powerful right there. Has anybody else experienced anything like that close to it, or any type of maybe seen like felt like you seen a ghost of them, or
Oh,
like
all the
anything
time.
weird?
Yeah,
What
all
happened?
the time. So I see his birthday. So it's like 183.
Mhm.
I see it all the time. It'll come 138 or
Mhm.
his triple ones because his birthday was 111.
So it's like your angel number.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I'll literally be in the middle of anything. I mean, cooking, cleaning, and I'll just happen to look over at the clock and it's boom right there, or something to fall,
Sorry.
and I'm like, "Oh, you want to play tricks on me?"
Mhm.
Like, Deedle, stop being funny.
Right.
Like, stop being funny, and or I'll wake up. One time I woke up and actually seen like his silhouette. So like it didn't freak me out just because I'm such a free spirited type of person.
Okay, I was
Like
gonna ask
I'm
you that.
like, bring it on. Show me the signs. If
You
you
wanna
get,
see it, right?
please come to me. I am not scared. I will not shy away. So
So it gives you a good feeling.
it does. It brings me joy. It brings me happiness, calm, peace all the time.
I love to hear it.
Yes.
Jayla, what about you?
Okay, when I first moved in my house, there was this camouflage moth. Like it was pretty. I've never seen a moth like that. I looked it up. It's called something. I forgot. But it sat on my doorstep. Like I had to step over. It would not move. Like for days.
Mm.
For days, it was like there, and then like after a few days, it was gone. And then the one time I was outside, I was smoking a cigarette, and that same I don't know if it was the same one, but a big camouflage moth landed on my chest. Like, I'll inbox you the picture. I snapped I hurry up and snapped the picture. It was on my chest. It was
Wow.
crazy. I'm all like, Tali.
Like, quit playing with me.
Like, yeah. And then, like, I have a camera, like, that's in my kitchen, but it goes off of motion. It's
Mm.
always going on. I'm all like, he's walking around here somewhere. I'll be in the kitchen, but I'll get a notification on my phone and I'll check the camera. You don't see anything. There's nothing here.
Wow.
And then I had there was a storm on my Ring doorbell, and it caught angel wings.
Wow.
I can send you that picture too. I screenshotted it.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
It caught angel wings. It was lightning and thunder, and when the lightning came, it was pretty like lightning. But you see these angel wings at the door. Like it was crazy.
Wow, that's so powerful.
Yes.
I love to hear it. I mean, some people don't believe in things like that, spiritual things, but I believe in it all.
Yes, and I think it brings peace also, because it's like for you to know that they're still thinking about you, they still coming to visit you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, it brings peace.
It
I love it.
does. It does. I'll talk about my experience really quick. A few days after my brother died, I had a dream. He came to me in my dream. And mind you, I don't have vivid dreams. Like, I never remember my dreams when I wake up. This dream, I remember clearly. He came to me in my dream. A few people know this story because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. He came to me, and he was like in a wheelchair. So I'm thinking in my mind, my subconsciousness, I'm thinking that he didn't die. He's just in a wheelchair. I still have him. Y'all, he hugged me so tight, like to the point where I felt that embrace when I got up. I felt it. It felt so warm. It felt like he was letting me know, Courtney, it's okay. Like, I'm all right. Like, I swear, y'all, I felt it. Like, I woke up smiling. It just made me feel like, maybe I felt like he's not mad at me. I don't know, but it felt so good.
It was
did.
bringing you that peace that you
Yes,
needed.
he
Like,
was-
I'm okay.
Yes, like I think the hug that I needed from everybody else when they didn't realize that I was going through something, he gave that to me. And he hugged me so tight, and that's all I needed. And it felt so good. But yeah, stuff like that happens, and I believe it all. But we'll go to the next question because we only got a few minutes left. Okay. How did losing a sibling affect your relationship with your significant other? Denasia, because you're in a relationship, did that affect it in any way, in a positive or a negative way?
Negative way. So he works overnight. So like, I had to lay down the law. Like, when you get to work, you have to text me. Like, I will not sleep. Like, if I don't get that text, like, I made it here. And at first he didn't get it. He's like, why do I have to text you? I didn't explain it. You know what I mean? He probably was thinking, like, she's just being crazy. Like, but it was, I honestly need that comfort. I don't think you're out doing anything. I'm not. It was like, I needed that comfort to know that you made it to your place and that you're safe. So, yeah, he texts me every time he makes it to work. And when I explained it to him, he got it. I was like, because when my brother left and didn't come back, like, I can't have that in my brain.
Makes sense
like,
to us,
it just,
right?
yeah. So he really respects it in Texas. Yeah, so that's like the story of that.
I feel like hearing what you're saying, I'm going through the same thing. So if you would have said that, I would totally understood where you were coming from. Some people who haven't been through that, they don't understand. But I feel like if someone would have said that to one of us, we'd have totally, like, I get where she's scared of losing someone. I would have totally got that. So sometimes we got to be patient with our loved ones because they don't understand what we're going through and they don't know how to help us. Mom, what about you? Were you dating at the time when you lost?
It didn't. Ron was actually a good support person when Sean passed away. We had just gotten into a relationship too. Ron was together maybe 4 or 5 months when Sean passed away. He was really there. Like, he was really supportive. Y'all was there. Y'all remember Nay and all them. Y'all living in the house. We all playing and all that. He was really supportive. So it was always positive. He didn't bring no negative energy around.
So that makes that feeling a little better.
Yeah, it did.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Jayla?
He's just a good dude, though.
Well, with me, I mean, he was trying to be there as much as he can. He just kept saying, like, he don't know how I feel. He's just sorry that it happened to me. He still have his siblings, so he can only imagine. Like, he just was trying to be there the best way he can. And but what I don't like is when people try to put a timing on how you grieve. How you grieve.
Yep.
You can't tell me it's been 3 years. So what?
What does that mean?
Did you lose a sibling?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like,
Until you do.
I'm just saying people in general. Like, I be seeing and hearing people like, oh, it's been such and such. That baby been gone. So what?
What
That's
does
my
that
baby.
mean?
Or that was their brother or their dad, their mother,
Right.
it was their loved one. They give them time. If it takes all their life, so what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going back to what you said earlier, Jayla. Everybody grieves differently.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yep.
So, Harvey, what do you have to say?
I'm gonna just piggyback off of Jalen. For the God, that's how I feel. I don't care. I don't care for 1,000 years. For the God, my brother, man. My brother was my superhero. Little rat. That's all I had on her. Both my brothers died, so I feel how Jalen feel, man. I don't be caring. At the end of the day, they gone. I got still here. That's my enduring the pain until I ain't here no more. I can't call my brother like I used to, like, yo, bro, you know, $1,000 real quick. I can't do that no more. I literally said, bro, let me hold $1,000. Can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? No more. My dad, my brother. It's a grief, man. That grieving feeling. I said, never gonna go away. Never gonna go away, y'all.
Never
Never.
deal with it.
Right. And
Just
then,
deal with it.
right. And you hope that the
Deal with it.
people
We gonna have to
around
deal
you
with it.
can
And
help
keep
you.
good support like this.
Yeah.
I'm cool with stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Speaking your
I'm
truth.
great with this.
And I
Like,
had, that's like
everything.
I asked Denasia, was this your first
I'm happy
time?
you even brought me on. That's this right here helped
Right.
me out a lot. I'm going
Right.
through stuff there right now. I'm in the hospital.
Right. And
I
that
got to
was,
have surgery Monday.
yeah, and that's my plan. And I hope that everything go good with your surgery.
Yes.
Prayers for you.
Yes.
Right.
Thanks,
So
bro.
I'll
Thank
pray
you.
for you.
God bless
Thanks,
you.
y'all.
I would say for me,
Thanks, y'all.
I wasn't in a relationship, but I was like in and out of one. I felt like the person was very selfish. When you're saying things and when you're a person like me, I don't express my feelings. So when I'm telling you something,
Then
take heed to that.
Right.
So I'm telling them like, because he was like, yeah, you act like you don't love me and things like that. And I'm like, dog, I don't feel shit. Like I was telling him, I felt numb. I was telling him like, I don't feel anything for you. I don't feel anything. I'm trying to tell him that like, I just don't feel. I don't feel what you're saying. I don't feel anything. I'm just numb. You know, some people will hear that and they don't want to believe it, or they just don't know how to help you with that. But I just couldn't be in a relationship at that time. I didn't think it was fair to me or him because I just didn't feel love. You know, it's not the fact that I didn't feel love. I didn't feel love, like to give it out.
Right.
At that time, I couldn't. Like not saying I felt hatred. I was angry. I just wanted to be alone. So. Yeah, so we'll have like two more questions. Well, one more question because we got 3 minutes left. Let's see. We'll end out with name something your loved one was good at. Harvey, we'll start with you first.
Everything.
That's your big brother, so.
Everything. Hustling. Everything. Hustling, football, teaching me how to be a father, dressing, everything. From brushing my hair, don't brush it that way. You gotta brush it this way. You gotta brush it this way. Don't brush it that way. You brush it this way.
Sounds like you looked up to your big brother.
To everything, to the voice. I know I sound just like him when I talk. My mom be like, man, that's crazy. I thought you was Ted. I'm like, yeah. Then my mom, she always makes her names up. You know what I'm saying? So she big on that. Ted Harvey, name Harvey Ted. Come here.
Oh wow.
Man, all the time, like so. Man, my big brother was everything. I ain't gonna, y'all know my brother. All y'all know my brother. Like y'all know how he is. He had a big charisma, farm. He was a lover, man.
Yeah,
everybody loved him.
He was so nice.
Big heart, and I'm glad the way. Not to discourage nobody, but I'm glad the way my brother went out. You know what I'm saying, so I ain't got to go out here putting the world upside down. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I respect that. Right, because it can make you angry when
I'm really glad.
Be here in the streets.
Because you might not.
I got deep.
Right, I agree with you with that because I mean, as a woman, I might not be the toughest person in the world. I might not be this or that, but about my sisters, I turn it to Scarface. About my siblings. So what I'm saying? So when you hear something, I'm ready to go. Let's go myself. I'm ready to call my sisters up. Like, let's go. Like, bring the blicks. Like, you know, seriously, it'll make you feel like that. So,
but that's why I'm so glad my brother's murder was really caught on camera. Like, my mom watched her baby get killed. They played that video in court, and
I don't know why they do that.
Told me.
It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing.
She told me about it. I was like, oh, I couldn't watch that. She said, I watched it. It gave me, my closure, but she's like, it was hurtful and hard to watch. She definitely did say that. You
would have thought that they would ask her permission first. Like, that's not something I would want to relive.
They let the family know we're playing this video. If you don't want to be in here, you have to step outside.
Right.
But they needed it for, the jury and the DA, and, they needed it for evidence.
Right. So, Jayla, sorry to cut you off.
On who did it and all of that.
Sorry to cut you off. What was Tylee good at? What was your big brother good at?
He was good at being a protector. I tell you that. He was everyone's protector. He loved everyone, but he was great with his hands. Every job he had dealt with his hands, dealt with fixing something, building something. Like he was just an amazing person. Everyone loved Tylee. Everybody. And he had the biggest heart.
The biggest smile.
Yes. He wasn't right though. Tylee was crazy as hell.
Yes, he was. Like, if you getting mad, honey, he turned up.
It was on.
He was the sweetest person ever.
Funny.
Yes.
Funny.
Everybody used to think we were twins. We grew up a year and a half apart. Right. I grew up with him all my life, so this is it's very hard to deal with. Right. Someone all your life and they're just gone.
It's crazy that you say that he's a protector, and not to bring up how he died, but look how he died. He died as a protector.
That was the whole point. That's why I was like, dang, like I wish you would have manned this business. But
Right.
But that's who he was, Jayla. Look, you just said it.
exactly. That's why that's why we like accept it, because that's who he was.
And you think and you pray about that and you look and you think about it like my brother's my hero. He died as a protector and I respect it.
Yeah, mad respect.
Mad respect for that. Mom?
My brother Sean played football for Peabody Highlanders at the time. He wanted to go to dental school. He was a jokester. He was like a clown. He was funny. He was God-fearing. He read the Bible.
He was hilarious.
He was funny. And, he fell short to, product of our environment. And he started getting high. And, a lot of them do. And I still loved him. And that was his demise.
But I heard he was like a ladies' man. All the women
love
love Sean Steve, right?
The ladies love Sean Steve, yes. My grandma called him loudspeaker. You can hear him from the top of Columbia.
I'm younger, but I heard about him. I heard he was fine as hell.
Yeah, everybody think like Uncle P, but they like Sean Steve was fine.
And he was amazing. Like even 22 years, I could just think of him like leaving my house. That day he passed away, I had just got a dinette set, and he was putting it together. And I don't know if y'all remember Nationwide Warehouse down there in the strip.
Yeah,
they would have stuff, but you would get the bolts, and half of them wouldn't be there. So he was going to go to Home Depot to get the bolts, the ones to put the rest of the table up. So he left with the guy I was messing with at the time, and I got the call that night saying that he passed away. He OD'd in my grandma's house, and it was crazy because like 3 days later, when you talk about an out of body experience, my son Taru. He was like 2 or 3, and he was like, "Mom." I was like, "Huh?" I'm in a state of shock. Don't even want to. He hands me the screws. He said, "Uncle Sean gave these to me." So that's but when I tell the story, people think I'm crazy. But my son had these screws that my brother left with to go to Home Depot to match them up to come fix the table.
It was like he was saying,
I know you're not crazy.
Take these,
right?
Yeah, so
we definitely dealt with that. That's how we knew how Tally came and said, told us to stop mourning, and he's okay, and he literally came. And
I actually shared this story with Shatayla when me and her was talking about and we was actually talking. I had actually shared this experience with her. About my son, what I went through, and she understood, and
yes,
we're just all everybody. Harvey, Jayla, Denasia, Courtney, I love y'all to death. I'm glad we did this.
I love you so much.
Therapeutic. It feels good.
I love y'all too.
I love to see y'all 6 months.
Right.
I know. We miss you too, Jayla.
Right. So it's 3:00. I'm in with mines really quick. Taru, he was strong. He was so strong. I just remember my uncles. You know how your dads and your uncles would toughen up the younger guys. They would hit him, punch him. Y'all, my brother would not cry. When I say my uncle was a big husky dude, they would punch him and Trevor. Pop, pop, pop. And y'all, he would. And I was like, leave my brother alone. He would sit there and would not cry. He was like the toughest little youngin' I ever seen, y'all.
His hands were so big and his feet.
I'm like,
my baby.
He was, and then my Cherie was a fearless little girl. I've never seen anybody with heart like her.
She was
tough. She would fight all the time. She was a lion. You hear me? It could be a group of people. She's sparking it off like she had no fear. If she would get beat up, she wouldn't care. She did. I've never. No, but see, my Cherie and Ebony is 2 different people. 6 is a fighter, so is Riri. But Riri is just loyal. She loyal because she's a Taurus.
Remind me of me.
She's a Taurus.
Like, you could drag me up the street. I'm popping right back up like a jack in the box. And let's go again.
I just never seen anybody with heart like that little girl. And I guess she got that heart from her dad or Shaney. But she was tough.
The heart of a lion.
And then Trevor, he was tough as well. He was a protector. He was a fighter. See, everybody know Uncle Darren trained my brothers. So Chucky, Taru, and Trevor, they learned from Uncle Darren. They can fight. So I can tell everybody, if you didn't get trained by Uncle Darren, you ain't no fighter in Pittsburgh.
And I told
My brothers
Chucky
was fighters
about
because of Uncle Darren.
He had to take a minute back, like, for real, Mom? Like, yeah. He was like, I'm like, yeah. He was like, wow, he had them hands that he taught my son. And my son could box to this day. He could box.
Right. And because everybody, you know, Turu was tough. And everybody, you know, Chucky would be quiet, but Uncle Darren would be like, Chucky's the one.
Chucky's the one.
Chucky,
Yeah.
he's a fighter.
He said he quick.
He quick,
That boy
quiet.
quick.
He's a fighter.
He do the shadow boxing.
Yes. So,
Hey, you not a fighter.
Maybe clad, but you know.
So I'm gonna end it off like this. I want to thank all you guys for coming on here, being vulnerable, just being honest, and just speaking your truth on the Naked Truth. I appreciate you guys so much. And for all the people out there in the audience, I hope this helped you in some way. And for the people I couldn't get on here, I'm so sorry, y'all. And there's no disrespect to y'all. I just can't get everybody on here. And this was a special for my brother. His death date is coming up. And I wanted to bring along some other people that went through the same thing as me. So all you guys, I love y'all and thank you so much. Peace, True
Love you
First.
so much, Lord. Thanks for the
Love you,
Love
invite.
y'all. Love y'all.
Thank
Love
you
y'all.
thank you for the invite.
If the world was ending, would you cry or would you try to get me? Tell me now, I want you to be clear, yeah. Tell me now, I need you to be clear, yeah. I will wait for you, for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. Baby, can you put the time on a rewind? Yeah. Help me understand, can you tell me now why you made a war that we're fighting now? And you fall and you run when you see my big guns. Run around, run away as the rebel comes out. Then you call on me. When you call me, I come. But then you go again. With your deaf ears, open your mind to the sound of the trumpet. What do you want from a life of the hopeless? Now yeah, you want, you're begging and crying. I want to fly